So there is yet another bank switching offer available right now as of June 2024. And it's from the Co-operative Bank and it's worth potentially 150 quid and maybe even more on top of that. But it is quite complicated. So I'm going to take you through step by step what you need to be doing, how to take advantage of it. But don't forget as well, I do have a full analysis written up, everything we're speaking about right now over at becleverwithyourcash.com. So head over there to find out more after watching this, plus also details on all the other switching deals available right now. So what is the deal? Now it's broken up into two parts. The first part is just 75 quid for switching. I'll explain a bit more about that in a second. And the next part, how you up to that 150 quid total, is another 75 quid, but it's broken into 5 lots of £15. There's things you have to do every month for 5 months in order to get that total. But if you do all of these things, that 150 quid will be yours. So how do you do it? Let's start with the first thing, that initial £75, the switch itself. So to do this, you have to be a brand new customer and you have to open up either a standard current account or an everyday extra current account. The everyday extra current account is the one that comes with different travel insurance and gadget insurance and breakdown cover, things like that. And it comes with a monthly fee. For most people, you're better off just with the standard current account. Don't worry so much about this other one. If you are after a package current account, there might be better options out there. Then, within 30 days of opening the account, you need to switch, as you do with all these switching deals, using the current account switching service, which will close the old account, switch it all over. You also need to deposit £1,000 into your new current account and set up 2 direct debits. Now, that money can be transferred over from the old account if it's already in there. That counts, as can those old direct debits. If they're in the old account that move over, that's fine as well. But if you don't have them in your previous account, then you can set them up or pay that money directly in to the brand new one. But the money has got to be paid out of those new direct debits within those 30 days. So you might need to take advantage of some of those hacks that I've shared with you before, where you can set up relatively quick and cheap direct debits, effectively sending money to yourself so you're not losing out either, in order to meet that criteria. But then, slightly more annoying, is you have to set up, have to use the debit card, at least 10 times in those first 30 days. Now again, if you're using this as your main account, 10 transactions is not a problem. You could be at the supermarket at the checkout and buy 10 things and pay for them all separately. Bit annoying to the people behind you, but you can do that if you want to. Or you can take advantage of some of the hacks I shared just recently, where you are effectively spending without spending with this Co-operative Bank debit card. Just sending money via the debit card to a different current account or savings account or paying off a credit card, all those kind of options. So if you aren't familiar with those, do check out the video that I recently posted and the article that I recently wrote, taking you through those top options there. You also have to set up online banking. Now, if you do all of those things within the first 30 days, you will get within 7 days after that, you will then get that first 75 quid paid into the current account. So relatively simple. You know, it's all manageable, I'd say, not too much to do. The debit card thing's a bit annoying, but everything else relatively okay to kind of to go through and do it. That's the first bit. 75 quid is yours. How do you then get the next bit? Well, this is that additional £75 is based on based on having a savings account, and the specific savings account you need to open up or potentially already have is the regular saver. When Co-operative Bank ran this offer before, there were a number of different accounts that were qualified for this for you. This time it is just the regular saver you have to open. Now, actually, this regular saver is one of the best ones out there. It's currently paying a rate of 7%. It is variable, which means it could drop at some point in the next 12 months, but it is a good place for your money anyway. So I think this is a winner in a sense. If you're going to get the current account, get the switching money, and put some money away in a high interest account, it is a really good thing to be considering. But you have to do this every month for 5 months, the following things, in order to trigger those additional £15 times 5. So what you have to do, well, it's the same things you had to do initially. So you have to put in £1,000 every single month. You have to make 10 debit card transactions and pay out 2 active direct debits. So if they're already there, those direct debits, you can carry on paying them. That's not going to be a problem. The standing order, you can set up for that money to come in, come back out again if you want to. Again, not too much of an issue. Just remember to do it every single month, and remember to make those 10 debit card transactions as well each month you do this. Now, the first month, you've got to do this for 5 months. You have to trigger those payments. The first month of this is the month in which you get that initial £75. So we're recording this at the start of June. Now, if you manage to do all these things and get that payment in June, that means you need to do those things to trigger that payment for that £15, have that money paid. Also, you also have to pay into at least 50 quid into the regular saver as well. Really important. I should mention that at least 50 quid needs to go into the regular saver as well in these subsequent 5 months. So the first month, Could be June, but if you don't actually get the payment until July, that means that's July you need to do it, and so on after that. So you need to make sure you're aware when that does kick off. That money will be paid on the 10th of the following month. So let's say it's the July month where you're doing all those bits and pieces, £50 in the saver, 2 direct debits out, £1,000 in, 10 debit card transactions. The 10th of August, you'll get £15 paid. And that extra money is paid into the regular saver itself. And what's important to note here is that regular saver has a monthly cap of 250 quid. This is on top of that. So potentially that could be £265 you're adding to this regular saver for a 5-month period, which is great. It means you're getting more money to take advantage of that 7% rate. Now, we don't know when this offer is going to end. It could be any time soon. In fact, when Co-op did a switching offer just a few months ago, it ended really fast. So if you are keen to take advantage of this, don't mess around, get onto it. Now, this is only available to new current account customers, but that does mean if you've got any other product with Co-operative Bank, you're going to be A-OK, you'll be fine to take advantage of this. Since the regular saver is only available to people with a current account, then obviously you can't already have that as well. So you'll be ruled out if you already have that because you already have a current account as well. But it's certainly worth having a look at. So in summary then, that's £75 for switching the bank and doing those initial things you need to do. Then for 5 months, another £15 a month. So giving you after 5 months, a total of 150 quid from those two parts of the offers. But then don't forget there is that regular saver as well. And as I mentioned, the most you can pay into that every month is 250 quid. If you did that every single month, paid that full amount in, then the interest after a year would be 114 quid. And in fact, it'd be slightly higher than that because you've also got those £15 payments have been paid in for those 5 months from the offer. So actually the total interest on those payments will also push you up a little bit as well. So all things considered, you're looking at £260, £270 from this offer, which makes it really lucrative. But there are a lot of hoops to jump through in order to trigger all those different payments. So whether you're going to bother or not, it's really up to you. Don't forget you can check out all the other bank switching offers right now over at becleverwithyourcash.com/banks, or check out individual videos here on the YouTube channel.